Cheshire's interceptors work round the clock to keep the county's roads safe and crime-free. They regularly have to stop runaway motors. There are many ways of doing this, and some are more dangerous than others. But the Interceptor's preferred stopping method is the Tactical Pursuit and Containment, or TPAC, where 3 cars box in a target at the front, side and rear. It's their safest and most effective way of halting a hoodlum.
The TPAC, the box, is probably one of the more commonly used ones. Obviously we've got Stinger as well, but I think the TPAC side of it is probably one of the more controlled methods. You know, hold back other road users, we try and make the area as sterile as we can. The TPAC is exciting because of the speeds and because ultimately you're going to get that vehicle stopped.
It's early afternoon and Interceptor Mike Jeno Jennings is blue lighting it to help a colleague who wants to stop a suspect motor.
Vehicle involved in drugs seen in Warrington. I think a patrol's behind it, an unmarked patrol behind it. There must be a livered vehicle. We're going to try and make the areas. We're some distance, but you don't buy a ticket, you don't know the raffle, do you?
13-year veteran Jeno used to manage a supermarket, but now prefers bagging villains to bagging groceries.
Behind the vehicle, we've got the Volvo XC90, possible drug deal on board,
An undercover officer's staking out some drug dealers in a park. He spotted a bloke drive off after buying something from the group. Jeno's one of 3 units homing in to help the drugs officer intercept the driver.
He's in an unmarked car and he's been following it for quite a way. I don't think he's been rumbled. He thinks he has a couple of times. We're going to have 3 marked cars. What we're going to put on is what we call a preemptive box, where well, hopefully the spotter vehicle can stay monitoring until we get a suitable location, and then we'll all swoop in quite close formation and just box the car in. Hopefully we can get it stopped and find some drugs.
The unmarked unit has been joined by 2 TPAC trained interceptors and they're waiting for a 3rd. That's Jeno.
Vehicle initially behind the road, not TPAC train, other TPAC train officers behind. 2 vehicles at the moment, but 1 shortly coming to Oak Tree.
It takes 3 to TPAC Tango and Jeno is soon behind his colleagues and ready to boss some moves.
There it is. There's our line of police cars up ahead. Tango 1-1, I'm with the convoy now. If you want to try and do a preemptive now, we've got 3 vehicles.
Jeno now takes up his position and gets ready to move. With the cars in place, they just need to be given the go-ahead. It's time to TPAC. The lead car blocks the front, the middle car goes alongside, and Jeno blocks in the rear. It's a textbook TPAC.
Turn the engine off. Engine off. Is the engine off? Okay. Get him out, mate.
There's only one man in the car, and he's nipped without a struggle, and he seems surprised to have been stopped. As they suspect he's carrying drugs, they also decide to give him a drugs wipe to see if he's been driving under the influence.
Stick your tongue out.
It'll take 8 minutes for the wipe to give a result, so Jeno has time to celebrate a top-notch TPAC.
I think the element of surprise was gone by the line of police vehicles behind him, but yeah, it went alright, we got to stop. We boxed it in, prevented any pursuit if he did want to flee. Now we'll just go through the searches and see if there's anything in the car or on his person.
The man's saying he was buying a phone, not drugs, and what's in the car seems to prove this.
He says he's bought the Samsung, just that's what he bought off the park. But you've already got 2 other phones, why have you bought the 3rd one?
I meet the guy, yes, and he sell me the phone.
Okay.
And I give him to the hand 340.
£340?
Yes.
For a phone out of someone in a park?
Yes.
It's a lot of money. How much are they to buy in the shop?
Because in shop is 500. You go second hand.
So?
The phone is legit, but Interceptor Julie Bennett has found something else in the car that isn't.
Kinder Egg was down there, and then in it was just 2 bits of silver. Within the silver foil is a bit of cannabis. A lot of drug users are known to conceal them in Kinder Egg, little Kinder Egg packets.
Because of the drug find and who he was seen with, the interceptors had their suspicions about the man.
If you're not a drug dealer, you're just a drug taker.
I'm not drug dealer. I just buy. I have all.
You just buy it. So you've just bought it from a drug dealer.
No, I buy phone.
Yeah, but you have cannabis with you. Well, possession of drugs is a crime.
I didn't know that. And then some black guy give me the joint and the stuff.
He just gave it to you.
Yes.
No one gives drugs away for free. It's not tried before you buy.
Yeah, I buy for £5.
£5 that cannabis.
Yeah.
You paid more than that. That's more than £5 worth.
That's a small piece.
But one thing is for certain, his drug wipe has come back positive.
Fine.
He's nicked for failing the roadside drug test. It's a good result for the interceptors. A safe stop and some drugs taken off the street.
What's going to happen now? Obviously, staying in there, we've got possession of drugs. Says he bought the drugs from someone in Manchester yesterday for £5. He didn't know it was legal. I strongly suspect that's probably a lie at this stage. So, from what I can gather, he's been seen near some well-known local drug users. 3 or 4 people have been coming to and from him. So whether he has been buying, we don't know at this stage.
The driver was later given a warning notice for possession of the cannabis. He never faced any charges for dealing. Despite a positive roadside drug test, he passed the test back at the station and so was cleared of drug driving. It's club kicking out time, and whilst Cheshire's drinkers and dancers are thinking about heading home, Interceptor Jim Hunt is out and about in the crime car.
Saturday night, one of my favourite shifts. The roads are clear, the weather's alright, so it's a good night to go hunting.
Before joining the police, Jim used to drive tanks in the army, and tonight he's got his sights trained on the drunk and disorderly. And one of the best places to spot them is Cheshire's party capital, Wilmslow, where he soon spies someone up to no good.
Hey, get in, idiots. Hey, wind it in. I've just got this idiot here. Just kicked a taxi.
The man's booted a minicab right in front of Jim's unmarked car. He's clearly had a few too many. And it looks like he's lashed out at more than one taxi tonight.
What's he done to your car then, mate?
My door was open.
Yeah.
And you just put it like that. Over here like that.
You broken anything?
No, it's okay. You came here and also pick all of the different cars and stuff.
Right.
Drunkenly kicking at cars is one thing, but another taxi driver's been the victim of a far more serious offence.
The guy come to me and said, I answered. Yeah. I said, what? What's wrong with you?
Sounds like this idiot's been running amok around Wilmslow town centre, calling some taxi drivers some rather unsavoury, racist names. We'll hold the fort until the local patrol gets here. What are you doing that for, mate? Kicking a taxi? Kick bloody taxis then, do you, idiot? What's the taxi driver going to tell you their ice is for, mate?
A local officer soon arrives to make the arrest. Not that the alleged racist seems too bothered, even having a cheeky fag in the back of Jim's car.
We were behind that taxi here when the bloke was crossing over. He's like that at the back of the taxi. I've seen him kick the taxi. They've been calling him, you ISIS, you ISIS.
Yeah, buddy.
You're under arrest at the moment. Yeah. Racially aggravated public order offence.
He said he was ISIS, so I
Listen, put your hands up like that for me.
It's the byproduct of alcohol and idiots, isn't it, really? The alcohol always brings out the worst in idiots, and in this case, it's entirely true. He quite clearly can't control himself or his mouth in these circumstances, so if he can't, we can. You can see at this time of the night, you've got clubs spilling out all over the place, taxis the busiest time, and just bear with me, I think he wants a word. If you damage my police car, mate, I ain't going to be very happy.
Oh,
Wait, look, what?
that was your police car with me
Yeah.
elbow there.
Oh, what is it?
What's going on here, man? I'm sat there.
Well,
Don't-
Well, do those
what are you
ankles?
trying to do to me?
Do those ankles round your
I
wrists?
stood up against ISIS,
Do you?
and then you arrested me. What's going on here?
A picture paints 1,000 words.
But the drunk keeps banging on.
Again. Once again.
You stop banging the window. You put it through, okay, and if you're locked up for damages,
Well, I'll piss in your car if you don't let me out.
You stand at the side of the road, mate. You're pissing in my car, mate.
Jim doesn't want a wet and warm back seat, so he gets the Desperado out of his car.
You're an adult, mate. You're not incontinent. So you can...
Over there.
Oh yeah. So when they come to work in the morning, they got to smell your urine, have
It's
they?
Starbucks, I'll piss on the window.
Your charity's here, huh?
Just feel the noise.
By the time you get to the run corner, there might be a little bit of a puddle in the cage. He's the missing band member from Oasis, I
Even Liam Noel never used to get into this much of a state. Well, very often.
think. Right, step up there, fella.
But the drunk has at least remembered one thing.
Don't go over the speed bumps.
The man later pleaded guilty to a racially aggravated public order offence. He was fined £355, including costs.
He's had a few far too many drinks. His attitude is absolutely abysmal, and that's why he's in the back of the police van now. And I've got a long journey up to Runcorn, which hopefully by the time he gets there, he might have a chance to reflect on his attitudes. So yeah, I'm going to get back in the car and I'm absolutely freezing.